look what I just saw flying out the hole when Willie was digging.
Underneath the soil or hidden in the ground, there's a lot of treasures to be found. Dirty secrets of Scotland.
Hello and welcome to Dirty Secrets of Scotland. You may notice that we're underneath the umbrella, and that's because the weather's pretty foul today. But we wanted to come out digging, so here we are. And here is Sarah.
Hi! I'm hoping today is the day that I find my first poison bottle. That's what I'm hoping. It's eluded me so far, so wish me luck.
I wish you luck and hope everyone else does too. Let's get digging.
A rectangle out. We're actually digging the same hole today. We've already found a dead tree. Hopefully that's a good sign.
Excellent. Just had one of these cylinder type bottles, local. If this isn't sick, I'll be really happy because I love these bottles. Such a beautiful design. The later ones are cool, but these ones for me are better, much nicer. Drippy lippy top as well. That's a really good start. My first full bottle. Happy days.
It's my first bottle from the hole, and it's a tiny wee one. I think it might be a perfume bottle, and I've got a couple of these before. One like this and one with a Bakelite lid, so I'm sure that will go in the little bottles collection.
Just had this. Coffee and chicory. The Symingtons. Cool. Another one for our kitchen.
Growing collection.
Yeah. The ombre that keeps on giving. That's cool. Actually, it's quite dark as well. It's quite nice. Alright. Drippy lippy. Nice bottle. That'll go well in the kitchen.
I just found this, and I think it's my first ink bottle, and we've had a look through the light and we think it might be blue, but I'm really hoping it's not damaged. Please don't be damaged. I think it's fine.
Is it whole?
I think it's whole.
Yeah!
Come on!
Oh, come on.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Yes!
Is that ice blue?
I think we need to hold it up to the light. Hold on.
Oh, wow.
That's a pretty amazing colour.
Wow. That's amazing. That's an absolute belter.
That's really hard to show, but we'll get it cleaned up properly and get some more footage. Had another little ink. This is a good hole for inks, I think. Just aqua, octagonal. That's a nice little bottle. And then had this perfume, we think. It's still got liquid in it. Not sure I'll be wearing that anytime soon. Just to stop, it'll come out. Ooh. No, that's pretty goosed. I'll have to wait. The Sharwoods with the remnants of a label. Can't see much, but it definitely says India there. That's quite cool. Don't see them very often with labels.
Check that out.
You got?
Dunno.
It's like a cream pot.
It's a funny wee thing. Doesn't appear to be damaged. I thought it was a teacup. Hi everyone.
I promise I'm going to do some digging again soon.
Okay, you're just chilling.
Yeah, that's cute.
Yeah.
I like
that's
it.
Cute. My bag.
Just went to check the spoil pile and I found a lid. It is plain, but does it fit the jar that Willie found? Dun, dun, dun. I think that's a yes. That's pretty cool. Excellent. What's that?
It's a ball.
Funny that.
I don't know yet. It's just one of these ones. I find a lot of these. They're machine made, but early machine made, and it's plain, unfortunately.
Oh well. Just found this, which unfortunately is necked, but I'm thinking it'll be good to cut off because it's got writing. And I think it's a new one that we've not seen. St. Andrews, Aikman and Terrace, A&T. Yeah, I've never heard of that before.
There's a bar in St Andrews called Aikman's.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
If you didn't hear that, there's a bar in St Andrews called Aikman's. So yeah, we'll probably cut that off just above that writing, which is very well placed for us. And we'll make it into a tumbler or a vase. Nice.
Just had this. I think it's a blackened pot. Got a white blackened pot, which I've never seen before. All of mine are brown. I had that reddish one recently. But yeah, stamped. What does it say? No way I'm going to be able to read that without specs, but maybe Sarah could read it. It's lovely we find that. Sarah's end of the hole is definitely fresh and mine wasn't, so I've had to cut in that way into the corner, which is what I'm doing now. And I've started getting stuff out, so had this as well. I've just been hard at it. It's plain. And also this wee ink as well. So 3 finds in one there. It's the history bit. This stoneware blacking pot was manufactured by George Skay & Co. George founded the Wilnecote Works in 1860, which became famed for its ceramic products throughout the UK and later worldwide. It all started when he took over the coal mine in the area and found seams of fire clay. The company produced everything from gas stoves to water pipes, toilets and ginger beer bottles. With rapid expansion, by 1864 they were producing 300 tons of coal and an equal amount of clay every single week. This photograph shows the extent of the works in 1934 with the A5 or Mottling Street in the bottom right hand corner. And this photo is the George Skay War Memorial, which can now be seen at the entrance to a local supermarket. Its original location, however, is something of a mystery. If you know its original location, please do let us know in the comments below.
Just found one of these, which we call Genie bottles, but they're probably some kind of oil or sauce bottle, but we think they're really pretty. Oh, this one's got extra decoration. I've not seen it with that on before. They don't have any words on them, but they're very cool looking bottles. That's nice.
Flying ink!
Hey!
Just saw it fly through the air off the end of the spade. Quite wet at the bottom here today. been raining a lot. Sarah's actually sitting underneath an umbrella drinking a cup of tea. Last time doing all hard work.
Coffee, excuse me.
Coffee, sorry.
I don't
It's me that
drink
drinks the tea. Anyway, lovely wee ink.
How beautiful is that? Like a little mutant primrose. Just pulled this little ink bottle out, but it's quite a nice size. Plain as usual, and very mucky, but it's got a nice line around the top. I don't know if you can see that. So that's quite nice. We'll take that home and see what we can do with it. Just pulled this out. I thought it was going to be a little perfume bottle. But it's such a cool shape, look at that. I don't think it's got anything on it, but that's awesome. It's like a potion bottle.
Just had this square ink. That's it, just like the one that Sarah found, but nowhere near as cool. An aqua version. Still a very nice ink though. Lovely. I also had a wee bottle stopper from a little decanter or something. That's cool. So I'm in the fresh now, which is nice. Let's keep going.
Just had this out. I think it's a coffee syrup bottle. I'll have a look. T&H Smiths. Edinburgh and London. Oh, it's got tears in it. Essence of coffee with chicory. Is anyone else really interested to see what coffee and chicory taste like? Because we find so many of these. That's it. That's pretty cool. I don't think we've seen that one before.
Lunchtime roundup. So I had this bottle here that's plain, and I've got this nice wee jar. Always nice to find them in this size. Big ones are cool as well, but I just like the half size ones. This cream Simon, I've had this before, one of these in milk glass. Bovril 1, Bovril 2 with a fading label. One of these Grossmith Perfumers London. Plain aqua. For the kitchen, Symington & Co, Edinburgh. Lovely bottles those. Blue medicine, cornflower blue or ice blue. This, the label's almost completely gone now, which is what always happens. The top here, I think this is a stopper for a bath. Would have had a little chain that went into there. Lots of inks. I think that one's perfect. The other ones have all got tiny little bits of damage to the tops, I think. It's not a surprise though, because it's so thin up there with these burst lips. I think this one's okay, and it's also my favourite just because of the colour. Crazy greenish colour. Very nice. This is interesting. It's a blob top, clear glass, but drippy lippy. The noise in the background is Sarah. I think she's doing a bit of a mudlark over there. This is lovely as well, I like this. Can't read that. It's so small. I need my specs on for that. Which is a black ink bottle. This with the top. Lovely little find that. Never seen one either. Plain aqua glass medicine. And this beer, which is a pity because it's a drippy lippy, but there's nothing on it. And that is my lunchtime roundup.
I do some digging.
Right.
Look, I've been digging over there.
I just dug all that out for you.
Shh, don't say that. I dug some of it. You think you're getting fresh?
I think so now, yeah.
Hopefully. A lot of effort, if not.
Well, we'll see.
I'm really gutted there isn't more of this, actually, because that would have been really pretty. It's like fuchsia flowers. I've always kind of wanted to paint fuchsia flowers. They're one of my favourites. Oh well, we'll see if we find any more.
Bit of a heartbreaker here. Broken cream pot. However, in behind it, hey, cut nose powder. Very nice. Looks early as well. Is it a drippy? If it is, it's a very, very neat one. Anyway, it's a lovely bottle. I think it must be a drippy. Look at that. Lovely. Love finding these good old quack cures, eh? Very nice.
So I just pulled this out, which has a hole right through the middle. It's broken off there. And it says Apollo on it. And British made. I feel like I should know what this is. It's like on the tip of my tongue. But let me know if you know what it is.
What you got?
I think I've got a cream pot. The age-old question though, well, questions. Is it printed? And is it whole? Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Oh, it's chipped. Oh, the whole bottom is gone. And it's a tin racket. Wow,
That's interesting, isn't it?
wow, that's the whole bottom chipped away.
Strange.
Interesting.
I've seen that one before. Still cool though, it's still got the print on it.
That's my first ever done racket. It's sort of complete in that it would still hold cream, but it wouldn't stand up very well.
Oh well, it's still cool.
Where there's one, there's more. Look at this. It's broken, but I just wanted to show the pattern because it's beautiful. I've had handles, so some kind of jug. Ugh, very mucky. Look at that. How cool is that? I love that pattern. Will we take it home and do something with it? Maybe, maybe not. But it is really pretty. Sarah's full-time roundup in the sunshine, which is lovely. I found this little wine bottle, this little amber bottle, which is quite nice. It's a beautiful colour, shining through. I found a clay marble, which I will add to my collection. This little pipey thing, I don't know. I'm gonna take this home and find out what it is. Apollo, British made. I feel like it was made for a certain purpose, so I want to find that out. I found this lovely little lid, which is gilt on it. It's beautiful. A couple of little jars. I found this done racket, missing the bottom. Might take it home. It actually has all of the print on it, but can we make a base? Does Willie want to make a base for it? I don't know.
I'll do it.
You got it on camera, folks.
I'll do it.
Hey! So it was basically the done racket graveyard today. I think that was it for the second half. It was quite slow going for me, but I was very tired. I've got my spoon, my nice pretty bottles, and then this is going to look even more beautiful in the sunshine. Wow. God, it just glows. I think that's the darkest ice blue I've seen. I can't wait to get that home and cleaned up properly. So that is my belter for the day. That's made me really happy. There we go. That's my full-time roundup. Bye.
Full-time roundup. Start here with this heartbreaker. It's a ginger beer that I've never even seen before. It's a shame that's not whole. Done ragets, we found a lot of broken ones. This is probably the rock star of the day for me. Adamson, Gleefield leave-in, cylinder type, drippy lippy, beautiful bottle. This little Simon bottle, cream Simon it's called. 4 Bovrils, that's plain. A couple of these Symingtons for the collection. This is a plain stoneware jar. This is plain as well. Also plain, but lovely. It's got a lot of bubbles in this. I saw it earlier when it came out. Cut nose powder. This has still got the remains of a label on it, which is quite amazing. It has been blocked from the sun from the umbrella though, so that's probably why. Little perfume from London. This is this plain blob top. Amazing. Never seen anything like that. It's almost clear glass. It's actually aqua, but it's very, very light. The stopper, the bath plug. 5 inks in total. That's plain as well. That should be over there. Never mind. This is really cool. This is a blacking pot. This thing with its lid. And this is a heartbreaker as well. This is a local cod with a pictorial. But I'll cut that down and I'll make that into a glass for my own collection because I don't have one like that yet. This is lovely, this big pouring ink. Beautiful. Just a lid and base, but the lid is plain and a bit broken, as is the base. And Zora. And a big whiskey bottle. And finally, oh hang on, and there's a couple of plain bottles there as well. And finally this big jar. Yeah, it's quite nice though, it's fluted to the top. And that is my full-time roundup.
All filled in.
Okay, we've just filled in. But I think Sarah's a little bit disappointed that we didn't get our blue poison. So we're going to go to another part of the tip that I've dug before and dig another small hole. And hopefully we'll find one, because out of that hole, about 7 months ago I think, I found 3 in one dig. So let's go and try it, why not, eh?
Let's give it a go. I'm not tired.
Neither am I. Huh? Just there you can see where my spade is. There was a line, or is a line of where I dug before. And I stopped the digging there because there were so many nettles and lots of foliage and things, but there's none there now. So yeah, let's give it a go. There might be some poisons there. I got 3 out of just down there a while ago, so let's have a look. Just digging down hole 2, and I just found this, and it's that pinkish patina that I found before when I found a silver spoon on the tip not that long ago. So I have a feeling that might be silver, but we won't find out until it's cleaned up. It's not got any verdigris at all, so that's what makes me think that. You hear that? Rain starting. Anyway, into the fresh, let's keep going.
Just had a little Bird's lemonade crystals. It's got the company name. Birmingham on the other side. You do a Birmingham accent?
Alright, Tommy! You knew I could.
We have just been watching a lot of Peaky Blinders.
Watching the Peaky Blinders! Okay, I just wheeshed that out in a wee hole, and Sarah is now going to find a blue poison, yeah?
Uh-huh.
I hope
Promise?
so. No, we can't make promises, but I hope so. Good luck.
Thanks.
Let's see what happens. Our den's here because it's raining. Keeping our stuff dry. We got waterproof jackets on. Sarah, all the stuff here has all been packed away. All the bottles were packed away when I was digging that hole over there. Sarah's now at the bottom of the hole, hopefully finding a blue poison. We shall see. What you got?
Look what I just saw flying out the hole when Willie was digging. It's not blue.
It's not blue.
It's not blue,
I don't even know if it's whole.
I've never even seen one of these come out of the ground before. Please be whole.
Please be whole. I'm looking at the bottle and not the camera. Sorry, folks.
I think it's whole. Nothing that I can see.
Awesome. It's not a blue poison, it's a green poison, but it's a poison nonetheless. And
Does it say it?
Yeah, I think it will.
Yeah! Look at that!
Are you happy?
I'm very happy with that.
I'm very happy with that too.
Half an ounce.
Half an ounce. Don't handle it too much though, because they crack with the heat on the finger from the fingers.
My fingers aren't that warm at the moment.
Oh right, no. I'm steaming because I've been digging like a mentalist. But yeah.
It might be April, but it is trying to snow today. So.
Wow, it has been a bit. Oh, I'm so pleased.
You found a poison! Well, we found it.
Well, you found it. I didn't even see that coming out.
Joint effort.
Yeah.
Alright, green's a starter.
Right.
Next one, a cobalt blue, please.
Yes, ma'am. Now that she knows the greens are here, she's determined to find that blue. The digging speed has gone up radically. Just had this. How cool is this? Looks like Delft. I don't think it is though. I don't think it's fine enough, but it's very cool. It's probably Dutch. Love it. Could repair that actually.
Well, this is definitely the flattest bottle I've ever dug. And the meltiest. Wow. That was a whiskey flask once. Now it looks more like a soap dish.
Could use it for that.
They're quite cool though, the melted bottles. Not as cool as the poison though. Nice pipe. I think that's the most complete pipe I've found, actually. Does that have anything on that side? I think it does. I think it's got the crown actually, because on the other side it says King George V. If you can see that amidst all the dirt. Awesome. Nice little pipe.
Bonus full-time roundup. Okay, let's start here. It's lovely drippy lippy whiskey flask style bottle, and well, it would be black glass at the bottom, but not at the top because it's that lovely olive colour, which all black glass really is. It's just that it's really thick, so yeah, it looks black. Anyway, this is one of these Cafe bottles. I think it's a machine-made one though. Still, it's a lovely shape. I'll probably keep that. It's nice. And this little windmill tile, which is lovely. This, see, I found this. It's little lemonade crystals. Very nice. Obviously, we found another Bovril because we always do. Sarah found a soap dish, as we're calling it, and this lovely pipe bowl, one that I've not found before, which is cool. It's got King George V on the other side. Kind of conclusive it's him because it says it on the other side. I think this is a silver spoon. You can kind of make it a sort of crest there if I could get it to focus. Don't focus on that, focus on that. No, on that, on that. Just won't behave today. And then the absolute belter and what we came for, although it's not blue, but we did try to find a poison ball and we succeeded, so we're really happy with that. And we hope you enjoyed the second full-time roundup, the bonus roundup.
Oh, you found a bottle stopper as well.
Oh yeah. No.
I mean, it's not as exciting when you put it next to the poison bottle, but
No.
a find's a find.
Cool. Yeah, nice. Thanks for joining us on Dirty Secrets of Scotland. We had a really good time. It was a really tough dig today. We dug a lot of soil at the ground, but we found some really cool things.
And then we dug some more soil.
And then we dug some more. Yeah, 2 large holes today. So
But it was worth it.
still got that to fill in. No, it was really cool, really enjoyed it, and I hope you did too. Until next time. All filled in.
Again! Hi folks! If you've enjoyed this video and you want to support Dirty Secrets of Scotland even more, there are loads of ways you can do that. You can buy us a coffee over on Ko-fi. I think I've had about 4 today while we've been digging. You can head to our Etsy store and get one of our finds or artworks from there, or you can become a patron of Dirty Secrets of Scotland, which means that you get loads of extra content, including an extra video every month. Thank you so much to everyone who has supported us in any of those ways already. If you want to support us in one of these ways, all the links to those pages are in the video description below.
Willie's rainy day creations.
Here's the cream pot from the video that Sarah found. As you can see, it's had a tough life. So I'm going to build up the base to make it look like this one. A nice complete one. It's handy having this because then I know how much I have to add to make it the right height. Okay, let's do it. As always, I'm using Milliput 2-part epoxy putty. So I'm going to mix that together and apply it to this. Okay, Milliput mixed, ready to be applied on top here. Let's do this. Okay, so I was slightly undershot with the Milliput. I'm going to need more. Not much, but I'm going to need more. As you can see, I've put the rule on top. Now that's about the right height, but I've got all this missing here and around here. So I need just a tiny little bit more. Don't you hate it when you do that? Okay, mixed it. Didn't bother showing you that because I've shown you already, but yeah, there you go, mixed up. I'm just going to go in here now. Okay, I'm happy with that. I've cleaned it a bit here because there was lots of putty had come down mixed with the water. Anyway, I'm not going to try and get this sort of chamfer in here until this is set, and I'll do it by sanding. I don't know if you can see on the camera here, but I've made this slightly proud of the ceramic, the stoneware. And the reason for that is I can sand it back if there's a recess, if there's a sort of fall off there, then it's no good. I'd have to put more putty on. So the way I see it is put a little bit extra on all the way around, and I can lightly sand it back once this is dry. So now I just let it dry, and in the world of YouTube, that takes about a second. It's nice and dry and hard, solid as a rock. Just got to get a bit of sandpaper on there now, sand it down, few grades. Not as many as glass, but a few grades. Smooth this out, get it looking nice, and then it'll be time to paint it. Here it is, all sanded back. I'm quite pleased with that. That's down to 1000 grit, nice and smooth. Next up is the painting. These are the colours that I can see in this pot. Bit of ochre, obviously white, bit of green, a little bit of bright yellow, dark brown and black to try and mix this. Now I'm going to have to go over to the window to do this, so you won't see me mixing it. So when I come back, they will be mixed into a colour that I think will match. Alright, so I've mixed this up now. It's just the base colour, because eventually I'll be doing some stippling as well, so I'll use slightly darker paint for that. This is just to do the coverage over the yellow. I won't know if it's the right colour until it dries, but it looks fairly close for now, so I'm going to give it a coat and see how I get on. Alright, so the colour isn't what I wanted. It's not great yet. I don't know if that's because the Milliput is shining through, quite greenish like that. This is a much more peachy colour. So it's okay, I mean, it just means the bottom coats will be slightly different to the top ones. As you go, you kind of improve on the colour until you get it just right. I haven't got it just right yet, but that's not to say I won't have later. So yeah, not bad for a start, but let's see how it goes next. Okay, the light's really fading now, so I'm going by unnatural light, which is not a good idea, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to do another coat, but with this new mixed colour. So as you can see, I've just added a little bit of burnt umber, I think that is, in black. And I think the colour's closer, but as I say, I'm using electric light, so we will see. Alright, I'm happier with that colour. Still not perfect, but it's a lot better than it was before. It's more peachy than it was green before, so yeah, I mean, it's not bad. I will have this as the base colour. I'll probably improve on that a bit, and then I'll do the stippling afterwards. So hopefully it'll all just disappear with the stippling and another couple of coats of this, maybe a slight adjustment. Let's see how it goes. Right now though, it's too dark outside and I don't want to do this by natural light, so I'll wait until it's light again. And here it is. I left it overnight, so it's bone dry, which is good. The colour is actually really good. I'm really pleased with that. So all I'm going to do now is mix up, this is the original paint here that I used yesterday, which I've had in a little plastic tub. I'm just going to add a little bit of dark on one side and stipple, and I might have to put a little bit of white on there as well on the other side and stipple that as well, but we'll see. I'm going to start with the darker, just do a bit of stippling, see how it looks. Alright, so I've got it to here and it's slightly too dark, which I kind of expected. So what I'm going to do now, on this side of the plate here, I've put in a little bit of white. This was the original colour in the centre, this is the darker, this is now slightly lighter. So I'm going to go around and do a stipple again, but this time I'm trying to get a more mottled look. So we'll see how it goes. Alright, I'm nearly happy with that. Obviously it'll be very different when it's glazed, but I am going to do one more pass. I'm just going to lighten up the colour that's here now slightly more, and then I'll have sort of 3 colours mottled effect. Yeah, let's do it. Alright, I'm pretty pleased with that. You can't really tell until you put the glaze on how it's going to be, so I'm going to go ahead and put on the glaze. Alright, the first coat of glaze has gone on, and I'm actually really pleased with that. So I'll put on another coat, but I won't film that. There's no point in doing the same process over and over. I'll probably do 2 or 3 coats in total, and then I'll take some photographs to show you.
Underneath the soil or hidden in the ground, there's a lot of treasures to be found. Dirty secrets of Scotland.